This is the debate for Fulton County District Attorney. Let's meet the candidates. Christian Y. Smith is an author and attorney. FANI Willis has served as Fulton County District Attorney since 2021. Ms. Willis declined to participate in the debate and is represented by an empty podium.
And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button. You know it helps us out a lot. And it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you this content. Now, a few days ago, we talked about this story about the Georgia residents, the Georgia voters, maybe being fed up with FANI Willis's prosecution of Donald Trump. And but let's dive a little bit deeper in this, because remember, FANI is an elected official. She's there to do the bidding of her constituents, but she's also an official who's supposed to be seeking justice. So let's take a look at this. Now, we have this story from Town Hall, and it says a majority of Georgia voters think that the state should drop the crumbling 2020 election interference case against President Donald Trump, per a new poll out of the Peach State. The Peach State is Georgia, for those of y'all who don't know. Now, according to an Atlanta Journal-Constitution survey of 1,000 registered voters, more than half, okay, so 51% or more of the poll respondents said they think that the state should stop pursuing the Trump prosecution. Now, remember, y'all, FANI Willis's office and FANI has already been removed from the Trump prosecution. She cannot prosecute Trump, neither can her office, and she is appealing that decision to the Georgia Supreme Court. The Georgia State Attorney General has already come out and said that he thinks that FANI should not be able to continue to pursue Trump. And remember, Trump is now the president. So the idea of a local attorney general prosecuting the sitting president of the United States, even in and of itself, for election interference, for the election from 4 years ago, not the most recent election. I mean, it's difficult to imagine at any rate. And it looks like the Georgia voters, they have the idea. They're like, look, let's move on. All right. As the AJC assessed, quote, the survey results show that despite the DA's insistence that politics did not drive her decision making, Georgia voters largely view the case through a partisan lens. Approximately 94% of Republicans said the lawfare against Trump should end, while 95% of Democrats want the prosecution to proceed. Now, that is the fine print, right? So the Democrats want FANI to continue with what I'm going to say seems to be a fruitless, and at this point, now that President Trump is the president again, kind of pointless exercise, because what is she going to do? Throw him in jail, with Secret Service protection in jail? It doesn't make sense. So 94% of Republicans want the lawfare to end, according to this article, and 95% of Democrats want the prosecution to proceed. And it says 54% of independents, these are the people who should be in the middle, who we imagine should be neutral. 54% say that the case should be tossed out. So y'all remember, FANI Willis is an elected official. She was last elected last year in 2024, and she will be up for re-election in 4 years. And there are no term limits for Fulton County prosecutor, Fulton County Attorney General. And frankly, with her track record, it's looking like FANI looking for a bigger office, like maybe the Attorney General of the state of Georgia or Governor of Georgia. It doesn't look like she has that in her future. She's been caught having an affair or an inappropriate relationship with Nathan Wade, who she was paying out of the public coffers, right? And she's under investigation for that. FANI's career looks like it's probably not going anywhere as it relates to her public career. She may be able to hold on to her attorney general seat, but as you can see, those swing voters, those independents, they want her to just move on and drop the Trump case. Support also fell along gender and racial lines. 62% of men recommended that the state kill the case, while 57% of women called for it to continue. So the men want FANI to be done with it, while the women want her to press on, according to this article. 68% of white voters backed the case's dismissal, whereas about 80%, or 4 in 5 black voters, believe Trump should still be prosecuted. Now that is truly interesting. The survey polled voters from all over the state, but Willis only answers to constituents in deep blue Atlanta. So this is what I was saying earlier, right? FANI is in the Fulton County area, and that's where her support comes from. And it doesn't look like she's going to be able to reach outside of that area for a national position due to the damage that she's done to her own reputation outside of Fulton County, right? In November, Fulton County voters overwhelmingly opted to re-elect Willis, as we just said. Ahead of early voting in Georgia's general primary, Willis was a no-show at the county's Democratic debate, decidedly skipping the face-off to host her annual FANI T. Willis self-care fair. Now, y'all, don't forget FANI has also decided to skip out on testimony before the Georgia Senate, which she was subpoenaed, right? They issued a subpoena to her, and she decided to skip out on that. So FANI, she makes up her own rules, y'all. She'll do what she wants, right? The incumbent's absence at the debate left her opponent debating an empty podium, y'all.
This is the debate for Fulton County District Attorney. Let's meet the candidates. Christian Y. Smith is an author and attorney. FANI Willis has served as Fulton County District Attorney since 2021. Ms. Willis declined to participate in the debate and is represented by an empty podium.
Gesturing towards where FANI should have stood, her primary challenger asked, "Where are you, Miss Willis?" Willis apparently bailed because she was so busy schmoozing with Washington elites. Now, y'all, Town Hall, I don't know if I've ever read this paper before, but we can kind of get a sense for the orientation of this paper when it says FANI was schmoozing, right? The Griot, a black lifestyle news outlet, photographed Willis wearing a blue ball gown at a swanky White House dinner where guests rubbed elbows with high-level officials in the Biden-Harris administration. Critics of Willis say other criminal cases have been neglected across the crime-ridden county as a result of her relentlessly trying to take down Trump. Now, I think a lot of people would say the same goes for YSL, right? I mean, no doubt her office spent millions of dollars and thousands, if not tens of thousands of man hours prosecuting the YSL record label that they called a criminal street gang. All that in order to get a jury verdict of not guilty on all major charges, including 2 murders, 3 murder charges, but for 2 different people, and only 1 guilty charge for a relatively minor gun charge. 1 guilty verdict for a relatively minor gun charge. So FANI's track record with these high-profile prosecutions, high-flying, expensive, time-consuming prosecutions, her track record's not that good. But looks like she has the support of her local Fulton County people. So maybe Fulton County, maybe this is just going to be your girl for, 20 years. Who knows? But it looks like she's not going to have very much hope of getting outside of that area due to her negative reputation outside of Fulton County. Well, at least the reputation of what she's doing with her office. So anyway, y'all, that's going to do it for today. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that FANI has a future outside of Fulton County? Do you think she's tanked her own political future with the Trump prosecution and maybe the YSL prosecution? Let me know in the comments, y'all. We do appreciate you watching this entire video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and send it out to your friends, y'all. Just hit the share button. Send it to somebody. We appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you back in the next one.